Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction bingo for this week's One Piece chapter. We have a One Piece chapter 1172, and oh my god, it feels like it's been forever. I just did the 10-year anniversary video a little bit ago, and it feels like it's been 10 years since the last One Piece chapter. We've had a lot of breaks recently, so it's exciting to be back. I guess we're back in the present time. I don't know what that's gonna mean. I edited the bingo card generator a little bit to remove the Harald or Ida slot because we may not be getting more of them necessarily. Like, I'm sure we'll see a little bit more in flashbacks, maybe, but it's not something I'm heavily expecting right now. And I also removed the back to the present spot since we're kind of back to the present. And I added in a Luffy meets Emu spot, since I know that's something that a lot of people have been talking about when we get back to the present. Are we going to finally have any sort of... If Emu is the big bad, if Emu is the primary antagonist at the very end, and if it turns out to be Emu rather than Sakazuki or Blackbeard, if that ends up being the case, then we will finally actually have Luffy meeting with Emu, them saying at least a word to one another. That could potentially happen, so I added that to the board. But either way, if you want to play along yourself, if you want to generate your own bingo card, I update the generator every new chapter, so there will be a link in the comments and description, usually, at least in the description. I never forget it in the description. Now, I might occasionally forget it in the comments. I don't know if I ever have, but I could imagine myself doing so. But it will at least for sure be in the description, where you can find a link to generate your own card. And the generator stays at where it was for each chapter. So each chapter you can go back and still watch old videos and still have the bingo card for those. But yeah, with that aside, the only other thing is I typically record this whenever I get a chance to record the scans and post it for patrons and members. So if you want to get this video early, just hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description if you want to become a patron. And patrons and members will get these whenever I read the scans, and then it'll be public for everybody once the official translation comes out. For this week, Thursday night, I was like, okay, is it out? Scans weren't out. Scans didn't come out until middle of the day Friday or something, but I didn't have time to record Friday, so I'm not recording this until 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, and I haven't had time to eat yet today, so I'm sorry if that affects me in this video at all, but I'm excited to see what's going on. So you won't, I guess patrons and members aren't getting this one incredibly early compared to making it public tomorrow whenever I wake up. But either way, let's see what I've got on my bingo card this week. I ended up with Vivi Wappler Morgan, Straw Hat Grand Fleet Representative, Karen Andor Zunisha, Yonko, New Name Devil Fruit, Oda, or Narrator Box. That's a weird one. Did we not get that last week? I think we might not have gotten that last week, which is crazy, or last chapter, or weeks ago. Marine, Joy Boy, or Nika mentioned, any Straw Hat member, Luffy meets Emu. So I did get the new space, first time. Bounty Reveal, Gorose, Free Space which we can click, Child, God's Knights, Devil Fruit Awakening, Cross Guild, Named Attack, Flashback, Shirahoshi or Lola, Imusama, Apparent Death. We still didn't see any of that in any sort of Loki flashback. Apparent Death, Revolutionary, Zoan Transformation, new named character. I could probably honestly remove Apparent Death now that we're out of that flashback, because not saying that we won't get any deaths, but it just happens so rarely, so infrequently, that maybe it's not good. I mean, there are other rarer infrequent things that are just up here because it's something that I think we're expecting to see eventually, like the Kid or Heart Pirates that I put together in one spot, or Shirahoshi or Lola, since we've got Emu stuff going on. This is all stuff that I think we're just expecting to see at some point. Karen Endor Zunisha I feel like is more of a channel specific thing, where I talked about like carrot and stuff so much in the past that I think it's funny to keep it on the board. But either way. So there are some rarer things, but they're things that we're expecting to happen, unlike apparent death, which isn't something that it's like, well, it might not happen for dozens of chapters, but it'll happen eventually, like the Kid or Heart Pirates or Karen or Zunisha. That's one of those things that's like, it'll happen eventually. But either way, getting into reading the actual chapter itself, I do not feel like I have a very strong board here. Cross Guild is really screwing up what could have been like a good vertical or horizontal one, potentially, and then we've got some other just difficult ones here that are kind of screwing up the flow. But we have chapter 1172, The Elbaf I Admire. And in the cover, we've got Bonchan, some swans rummaging, or a cover request by Pizza Maru. Some swans rummaging through Bancre's cosmetics and putting on makeup. That's really cute. I love the one wearing the straw hat. One's got a crown. Is that a reference to Luffy and Emu? Because Emu has the tall pointy crown. We got the straw hat and the crown going on here. Okay. The lift descends to the Sun Realm. We have everybody riding up. There are 3 foes up there. Their objective is clear. They plan to abduct 10 children from Elbaf and take them to the Holy Land. The children will serve as living shields to leverage to turn the warriors of Elbaf into battle thralls. We've got Chopper there. We've got Hairudin. So, okay. I'm taking in all of this, but also this is a lot just page 1 for the bingo card. Do I have any Roger Pirate? No, but I do have any Straw Hat member, and that would be Chopper. Or if you really want to stretch it, the Straw Hat Grand Fleet representative, Hairudin, is there. Do I not have... I know Roger Pirates are on the board as an option, but I didn't get it. Okay, did I get Zoan transformation? I did, because Chopper isn't in his base form, he's in his hybrid form, which is kind of his base form, but, you know. Let's see, just glancing through the others really quick. Okay. Think we're good for now. We're almost certainly going to see God's Knights and Child because of what he's talking about, but still. Oh, and I guess we might have had a narrator box already. Just glancing through, though. Oh no, it wasn't in a narrator box, the lift descending to the Sun Realm. 3 humans did all this. To think that not even the giant warrior pirates or Yasan could stop them. Sorry, I have no excuse. Okay, they may be kids, but they're still giants, right? How can 3 people our size move them? One of the 3 is a woman with a strange arrow ability. The children are unable to resist her. They just keep marching toward the West Village harbor. It's all over if they reach a ship and escape to sea. It'll all come down to that. Why can't we just take back the kids? One of the 3 is a man named Summers. I know a bit about him. He became a briar man after eating the thorn fruit. He can freely manipulate vines with sharp thorns. The vines can become transparent, and he's wrapped them around the children, so we can't grab them. That's so cruel. Indeed, they're as tough as iron. If we clumsily try to get the kids to break their line formation, they'll turn into pincushions. It's been set up so that they'll hurt each other. And on top of that, the last one seems to have the power to make nightmares come true. The things the kids find scary have come to life to prevent their escape. The kids may appear to just be waddling along in broad daylight, but it seems impossible for anyone to stop them. The intruders have set up some sort of wicked game with their 3 abilities. We'll save those kids, no matter what. Seems like the quickest solution is to target the 3 ability users. Even if they're as immortal as they claim, there should be a way to take them down. We could try trapping them or crushing them, maybe even eating them. Huh, sounds promising. Let's do this. It's the Sun Realm. Prepare to disembark. Again, if you eat a person with a Devil Fruit ability, you get the Devil Fruit ability, right? And they are giants, so it's not like eating them would be anything other than just like tossing them in their mouth, essentially. Whoa, they make it to the top. Have Hairudin looking up. We see the dragon from before. This is beyond anything I imagined. There are no limits to these nightmare monsters. Look at that. Is that the Great Irek? Okay, we have all the calamity going on. Dory and Brogy were aborted earlier, leading the charge with their crew, but they were shot down by those monsters. That can't be. Is that you, Hybridine? Kashi-san, I'm glad you're okay. I was in the realm of the dead oh yeah, and we still have the not zombies, but the demons going on, Dory and Brogy. You won't believe this. Listen closely. So we've got blood there for Blood, Sweat, or Tears. Dory and Brogy are trying to kill Elder Yarul. They all went crazy. They all went crazy. You've got to stop them. Okay. Kashi-san, how about the children? Ripley and the others went after them, but we've had no words on their status. The kids may have already reached the harbor by now. Hey, Roto, listen. What? Bjorn was taken. This is bad. My little brother's one of the hostages, and he charges off. Roto, I'll join you. Me too. Hey, Kashi, which way's the school? Nami-san and the rest should be close. We have Sanji. Can you see the fire? It's coming from both the school and the library. Why is it on fire? Anyway, you said Dory and Brogy have gone crazy? That's right. Okay, we have a big 2-page spread. Before I get into that, let's check and see if I have anything else to mark off. So, I don't think we've seen Luffy yet, so no Yonko. No new name Devil Fruit. Maybe I just need to change that to named Devil Fruit, as in a Devil Fruit gets named, because they mentioned the Thorn Fruit, but it isn't new. It isn't first being introduced to us here. So maybe that is just too specific of a spot. I don't think we've gotten a narrator box yet. They haven't mentioned Joy Boy or Nika. No Gorosei. Child we've gotten, though. God's Knights we've gotten. Devil Fruit Awakening, no. Does Bjorn count as a new name character? I feel like we've heard these names before for the children, so probably not. I don't think there's anything else. Maybe Flashback, and I just wasn't paying enough attention to it. Like, when it came to talking about... Well, I don't know if you could call that a flashback or not. The panels of Summers and the kids trapped in thorns and the nightmare monsters. I think that's just illustrating things to us. I wouldn't really call it a flashback. But either way, moving on to the big 2-page spread. Please hurry. Elder Yarul's in trouble. We have a helpful map. Branch number 8 there. The school and library where Saul is. The West Village where Yarul is. We have where the children are going. Where the demons are going. Oest Castle at the end of the branch. And then everybody on the lift is back at the main trunk. Okay, and I assume that's just the other Straw Hats by where Saul is. Okay, we're actually seeing where the arrows are going to. Walrus School. I like the way that this page is set up with this. Walrus School and Owl Library. We see what's going on there with, I guess those are probably the teachers. Near the library, the Straw Hats. The library's burning down. I doubt Chopper will be back anytime soon, and Brook's gone off somewhere. He must be up to something. Okay, Brook is cooking. Brook, last time he went off and cooked was in, what was it? A Whole Cake, and he was the MVP there. So let's see what Brook can do when it comes to, Emu possessed, Gonko or whatever. We need to get rid of these arrows before the kids are carried off. Master Dory, Master Brokey, I can't stand seeing you like this. Usopp doing the typical post-time skip Usopp. Nothing. And then we have the Domi Reversi possess giant pirates en route to West Village. Kill Yarul. Please, stop, captains. Open your eyes. Child Rescue Team. Okay, we have the Child Rescue Team is the one group there. Hang in there, kids. Begone, you vile creatures. And that's where Ripley and Oimo are. And Frankie should be with them, maybe? Right? Then we have the hostage group. We're heading to the harbor, aren't we? If we get there. No whining. We're warriors of Elbath. but we're not warriors. And then lastly, West Village. If you want to run, run. We have no choice, Elder Yarul. Captain Dory and Brogy won't listen to us anymore. I won't retreat. There's still something I've got to tell Elbaf. Okay, he might be wanting to go out telling the truth about Loki and all. Gotcha. We have a transponder snail. Listen, he's pulling a little bit of a mini Vegapunk. Listen, people of Elbaf, I'll tell you everything before I die. Elder Yarul, our late king, dear Harald, always believed in Elbaf coming together with the rest of the world, and that led to his attempt to join the world government. We see Imugunko, but his efforts were shunned and betrayed 14 years ago on that fateful day. Elder Yarul, I saw it with my very own eyes. Harald and all those soldiers were killed by the act of a demon. Harald struggled to his last breath to keep Elbaf from falling into that demon's hands. Wait, so Loki didn't kill our king? I held my tongue, fearing that our people would rise up in revenge, leading us into an untimely war our king never wanted. Loki took the people's anger upon himself when he sailed out to sea. He may have always been boorish, but he is innocent. That's the gist, but that's not quite how I'd put it. Don't get carried away, Elder Yarul. What? Now today, 3 new demons have appeared to subjugate our nation. This is a really cool panel. I had hoped this matter was behind us, but we're once more in need of great power. Seems this job's over, so I guess I'll go back to sleep. We've got Summers saying that, I think. I'm speaking to you now, demons. You can take our culture and our history, but let our little ones go. If you think this act will crush our spirit, you've made a grave mistake. We will not show you the same patience Harald did. You speak of subjecting us and picture our people to be your subjugating maybe us and picture our people to be your slaves. Who the hell do you bastards think you're dealing with? Forgive me, little ones. Cover your ears if you can. Well said, Yarul. The Elbaf I admire would never bend the knee. If the Harley prophecies are true, the world's about to face a great divide one day. So be it. From this day forward, Elbaf will stand against the world government. This speech is really good, though. Like, I have been locked in. I have wanted to find a place to interject, but, like, this speech has been good. All Elbaf will stand against the world government. Did you really think some thorns, illusions, and this little reversey game would be enough to make us bow? I like this geezer. I bet you do. 300 years ago he was known as the strongest being to ever hail from these waters. We will never submit to your dominion. What say you, proud warriors of Elbaf? Well said, Elder Yarul. Yeah, the Elbaf I know and love is back. Usopp's still doing nothing ever. We get it already, Usopp. Focus on getting rid of these damn arrows. We will protect the peace Harald dreamed of. Yeah, and now we have Hyradine's crew going in where Dory and Brogy have reached Yarul in the village. Okay, so it seems we might get Dory and Brogy versus Hyradine's crew, and I guess Zoro was still with them. Sanji's gone off separately, so maybe we end up with Luffy, Sanji, and Loki fighting the God Knights. I mean, it's probably not going to be that simple and straightforward. There's going to be a lot going on with a bunch of other characters too. Brook, of course, is going to be like big with his involvement because of the connection here with Gunko. We're finally here. They said if we get caught up between them, it's over. A spark of resistance flares. Don't worry, I have a plan. And we end on Zoro. Okay, so Zoro and Hyradine's crew have made it to where Dory and Brogy are. So, interestingly enough, his plan might be stupid and straightforward, or it could be working with things he's learned from the past from Devil Fruit users and their abilities, like what happened on Thriller Bark and everything. So, The plan might be good. Right. Just taking all this in. So it isn't fully Hyridine's crew, though, I think. I think it's the one guy with the hammer, Hyridine and Zoro. And I think Roto, like, again, we got the map, but then we had another split. I think Roto, Gerd, and Goldberg is the other one. So this is Hansen with Hyridine. So Hansen, Hyridine, and Zoro have made it to Dorian Brogy. And then the other 3 members of Hyridine's crew were going toward the children. Sanji's going toward the school. So they've all split up that way. And Luffy and Loki are still down below. Alright, so let's check out what we've got going on the bingo card. I was looking for a place to interject earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt in the middle of that speech just to do this. So we didn't see any Luffy, so no Yonko. Or a new name Devil Fruit, but maybe I need to change that. We did get narrator boxes, though. We did get those. Can you say we've seen a Devil Fruit Awakening? Maybe. Hold on. Let me go back up a panel and look at... Yeah, he has the Devil Fruit Awakening thing. Killingham does. So Devil Fruit Awakening for Killingham. I don't think we can say new named character because we knew about like the children and their names and stuff, I think. Yeah, might be screwed here. We didn't see any named attacks. I mean, he said reversey game, but like not mentioning Domi reversey, not really seeing an attack. I don't think anything of what we saw was actually a flashback, was it? Yeah, nothing of what we saw is, like, obviously a flashback. So I can't say that for any of them. Imusama, I think we can say, because it seems like Imusama is fully possessing... I keep forgetting her name, Gunko. So that's all we've got. So it would be possible. I just knew that I had a rough card. I didn't get Blood, Sweat, or Tears, which would have been an easy one. I didn't get any Roger Pirate member, which would have been another one. So I just didn't end up with a very good card. But either way, that's it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I enjoyed it, as always. I thought it was a really good chapter. I like the speech here at the end. I like the characters of Elbaf. This was one of those chapters that I talk about a lot with One Piece. That was one of the reasons I kind of started doing bingo and all, where sometimes you get a chapter where it's just, we need to give us information, we need to transition things into what we're doing. And this is really important because we just came out of an extremely long flashback, so of course we needed to recap where everybody is, what everybody's doing, and except for like Luffy and Loki, which we saw at the end of last chapter, this chapter did all of that and then some. Like, we got some progress, but on top of getting progress, we recapped everything that's gone on. We've added some emotional weight for the characters of Elbaf, of course. We've let us know how much that affects them. And we've recapped where essentially every single character is right now. Like, there's a couple we didn't directly see, like Frankie, Lilith, Bonnie, but I thought that they were with Ripley, so they might be with that group, which is the child rescue group, so they might meet up with the half of Hyridine's crew that went that way. They might meet up with them. But one's on the ground, one's up above on the branch. So we will see where everything goes. And yeah, they were down at the ground, right? Or maybe they're just at a different strata, a different layer. Because I didn't think they weren't all the way down in the realm of the dead. They just weren't up at the 8th branch. But either way, I'll end here. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this video, my first thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want to help the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's really appreciated. If you want to help the channel by becoming a member or patron, though, you get these videos a little bit early, get your name at the end of videos, and just help help the channel, just hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan, Holly, and Bertie Wooster, to Magical Girls, Dee Ban, and Maru, to Cheriton student David Langstaff, to Slayer candidates SGN, Stan Cedar, and to Pure Elements, Pater Dial, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, for supporting. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time.